It's been a little over 4 hours since I posted yesterday's video about my trip to Japan, and already the GoFundMe has raised over $9,000. It's over $9,000. That's unbelievable to me, you guys. I appreciate the support so much, and this is so much more than I ever expected. I thought maybe we could reach the goal after a couple days. Best case scenario, $2,000. But to see this amazing outpouring of support from you guys who watch this channel every day really means so much to me. The trip is completely funded, and as of now, I'm bringing almost $8,000 to help support the local economy of the Tohoku region. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to spend that money. I don't know, I wouldn't even know where to start trying to spend $8,000 in a couple days. I have no idea what to expect when I get there. I'm going to try to spend as much of it on local business, on local trade, on local crafts, on people who are making things with their own hands, on people who are growing food on their own land. But $8,000 is a lot of money, and honestly I don't think I'm going to be able to spend it all there. So what I'm going to try to do is find some kind of humanitarian aid, some kind of disaster relief fund, and donate the excess to that. Obviously I'm going to bring money, I'm going to try to spend it there as much as I can, but whatever I have left over at the end of the trip is going to go directly into disaster relief for the region. There have been a lot of comments from people saying I should take that extra money and use it to go to Australia, to go to Europe, to buy a new computer, but that's not what this was about. This money was raised to help support the Tohoku region in its rebuilding. So that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. If you guys are interested in helping support further travel on the channel, I might look into setting up a Patreon or something in the next couple weeks, because I know there are a lot of you out there who would like to support the continued creation of content for this channel. And while we're on the subject, let me just quickly address the haters, the people who say that it's greedy of me to ask for this money to go on this trip. The idea that content creators accepting donations from their viewers is greedy is something that really bothers me. YouTube is a platform where advertising drives content. Advertising pays for content. Right now, my income comes from people paying YouTube to show you ads on my videos before you watch them. You get to watch the videos for free, but someone is trying to take advantage of the fact that I have hundreds of thousands of eyeballs watching me every day, and they're trying to sell you something before that happens. Now, my channel was approved for mid-roll ads a long time ago. I could have been showing multiple ads, 4 or 5 ads during every video, and I chose not to do that because for me, that's just annoying. I wouldn't want to sit through mid-roll ads myself, so why would I subject you to that? When people choose to donate money to content creators or to streamers, it's no different than paying for cable. Well, the only difference really is that that money is going directly to the creator of that content. There's no one in between you and the person you're watching taking 5% for this or 10% for that. It's a direct relationship between the viewer and the creator. So if you don't understand why people choose to donate to people who are creating content that they enjoy watching, that's fine. You don't have to donate. But please, don't call me greedy for giving people the option of supporting the continued creation of the content that they enjoy watching. Now, with all that said, I just want to say thank you again so much to everyone who's donated. I've been reading all the comments on the GoFundMe, and it really means a lot to me to have your guys' support. So I'm really looking forward to going on this trip and sharing the entire experience with you. Now, let's evolve some Pokemon and answer some questions. First things first, I'm not going to forget the egg. I don't have a ton of Pokemon to evolve this week, and I'm actually doing something a little bit different. Not all of these Pokemon that I'm about to evolve have IVs above 80%, and I'll explain why when we get to the first one. I'm going to start with arguably the least exciting. It's a Pidgey. Again, I'm trying for another Pidgeot with Wing Attack Hurricane. Since this one does have a higher level, a higher starting CP, it's probably going to be out of that sweet spot range. It'll end up being maybe a 13 or 1400 CP Pidgeot, but I'm evolving it nonetheless. I have a ton of candies, I might as well use them. Let's see, it is, wow, 1578. That's a lot higher than I expected. Is that higher than my other Pidgeot? I don't know, it's probably pretty close. But I didn't end up with Wing Attack anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The first question I want to answer is, what causes the error when fighting gyms? The most common error that you get with gyms is caused by GPS drift, or walking out of range of the gym while you're battling. If you move out of range, or if your phone drifts out of range because of your spotty GPS connection, you'll get that error. And then it's followed by a soft ban, which used to be 10 minutes that it would take before you could go back and battle that gym, but apparently it's been reduced to 3 minutes now, and a lot of people say that spinning Pokestops or catching a Pokemon can end that soft ban. I know it's really inconvenient, but that's my understanding of it. That might not be 100% correct, but that's at least all the information that I know about that most common gym error. Next up, I'm going to evolve a Paris. I am looking for another Parasect with Bug Bite and X-Scissor, hopefully just below 1000 CP on this one. Bug Bite X-Scissor, 979. That's exactly what I wanted. That's perfect for training in gyms, especially against Executors that are 2000 CP and even slightly higher than that. This was actually the first question I wanted to answer, but I didn't put it first on the list, so now I'm answering it second. Are you taking Cassie with you to Japan? I'm trying really hard to take Cassie with me. Unfortunately, she does have some family obligations here that might require her to stay. So if we can get that worked out, she will be coming with me, and that is going to be coming out of my own pocket. I'm not going to use the money that people donated, because that money was donated with the intention of going towards stimulating the economy, helping with the relief in the tsunami-torn areas in the Tohoku region. So hopefully that'll happen and she can come with me. I really hope. If not, Snacks will be coming with me at the very least. But I really hope it happens. I'll keep you guys updated as soon as we find out if she'll be able to go with me. Next evolution is a Cubone. This is a very big Cubone, and it'll turn out to be the strongest Marowak that I have so far. Not that Marowak is really anything special, but it'll be nice to have one, hopefully above maybe even 1200 CP. Let's see. 1221. Rock Smash and Dig though. I was hoping for at least 2 ground type moves. You guys know me by now. Do you think trading will be possible with Pokemon you don't have already? It would be pretty easy to fill up your Pokedex that way. Yes, I absolutely think you will be able to trade for Pokemon you don't already have, and that does include region exclusives. I think some people misinterpreted what I said about trading ruining region exclusivity, but I really meant that online trading, being able to trade with someone without having to actually meet them, would ruin that exclusivity. If, for example, I go to Japan, catch Farfetch'd, and bring it back here, I should absolutely be able to trade that with people around me. Because I did go there, I obtained that Farfetch'd legitimately, and now I'm bringing it back here to share with my friends and family. Obviously, this raises concerns about spoofers going to locations to catch rare Pokemon, exclusive Pokemon, and then trading them or even selling them, and I think that is one of the reasons that Niantic has sort of kept trading back so far, because it is going to be a very delicate system to balance and handle, so hopefully once they figure out how they can take care of all that, they'll start to work towards actually implementing trading in the game. Trading was required to complete your Pokedex in the main series games. There are always 2 versions of every game when they first come out, and each game has some Pokemon that you can't catch in the other game. They're called version exclusives in this case, and you do have to find someone and trade with them to obtain those. So it'll likely be the same case for Pokemon Go. There are region exclusives, and you will have to find someone who's been to that region to trade for those Pokemon. And yes, there is concern that you will fill up your Pokedex quickly this way if you could just trade for everything, but does that really change anything? For a lot of people, filling up the Pokedex is the end goal, and once they do that, they'll probably quit, but it's really up to Niantic to create more content that's going to keep people interested in the game beyond just completing the Pokedex. This will be my first evolution in this new thing that I'm doing. This Drowsy is not above 80%. Check it out. Really strong, meaning it's between 67 and 80%. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but I'm going to evolve it anyway. With a cost of 4,500 Stardust, this Drowsy is somewhere between level 27 and 29, and remember 30 is the max level that you'll find Pokemon in the wild. So this is pretty close to max level already, I'm not going to invest Stardust in powering it up because it's below 80%, but because it's so close to max level, I'm going to evolve it anyway, and it'll be a perfectly usable Hypno, provided it gets a decent moveset. So let's see what it ends up with. Confusion, Psyshock. That's not bad, it's better than my other one with Shadow Ball. It's not Psychic, but look at that. 1586 Hypno. That's more than strong enough to beat any Pokemon that I'm going to find in the gym. Any Pokemon that I would use a Psychic type against anyway. So any Machamp, any Nidoking, any Nidoqueen, I could easily beat them with this Hypno with no Stardust invested. Is it possible to use Pokemon Go Plus strictly for the distance tracking and turn off the vibrating feature? Yes, it actually is. I'll show you right now. Go into your settings and go to Pokemon Go Plus. There are checkboxes for nearby Pokemon, nearby Pokestop. If you uncheck both of them, you won't get notifications for either of them, but as long as your Go Plus is connected, you're still accumulating distance for your eggs and for your buddy. So you can definitely use it that way if you want to. I will turn off nearby Pokemon if it's going off like crazy and I don't have a lot of Pokeballs, but I usually always keep Pokestops on because then I can at least spin them when I happen to walk past them. I'll leave them both on for now though. This Kabuto is the same situation as the Drowsy. It's not above 80%. It's actually, I think, pretty bad IVs, but 711 and 4500 Stardust. It's pretty close to max level, and it's going to make for a decent Kabutops. I'm hoping for Mudshot and Stone Edge, because it's actually a really fun moveset. Mudshot's fast, Stone Edge is strong, gets stab. Hopefully. 1469 though, again, perfectly usable if Fury Cut or Water Pulse was good for anything, really. Why would a nest stop being a nest? It's happened twice now. Also, my son Cody loves your show. Cody, here's your shout out. A nest wouldn't necessarily stop being a nest, but it's possible that the nest Pokemon changes to something really common, like Pidgey or Rattata, which is unfortunate, but if that is the case, you wouldn't notice the nest behavior because you would just think Pidgey is spawning there at its normal rate. So if it seems like a nest disappears, pay attention and see if you find extra common Pokemon there, because it's possible the nest did become a common Pokemon nest. If that's the case, just wait until the next migration. Hopefully you'll get something decent again, but it is possible for a nest to become common. Now that's not to say that it's impossible that a nest would stop being a nest. It could definitely happen, although I think it's more likely that it's just become a common Pokemon nest. A common Pokemon nest. Here's a Sandshrew, above 80%. This one hatched from an egg, but I am really hoping for that Mudshot, Earthquake, Sandslash still. Hopefully this is it. I'm more than willing to invest Stardust in powering that up. I don't want to look yet. Did I get it? Thanks. Okay, I finally have it. 994 CP is actually pretty sad, but I will be powering this up. Probably not immediately, because I do have other things that I want to power up first. I want to finish my Raichu, I want to finish my Victory Bell, but this will probably be third. Actually, I want to do my Bubble Hydro Pump Poliwrath also as a defender, so maybe this is fourth on my priorities for now. But I finally have it. It's taken, 9 or 10, maybe even 11 Sandshrew evolutions, but there it is. What are the chances of hatching a 100% IV Pokemon? It's actually 0.5%. Half of 1% is your chance of hatching a perfect IV Pokemon. Like I've said previously, Pokemon who hatch from eggs have IVs between 10 and 15. They're limited to that range. They do hatch higher than the average Pokemon you'll find in the wild, and that is a normal distribution. The guys at GamePress have done a lot of research on this topic, and I'll link to their article about it in the description, so go check that out if you want to learn more about egg Pokemon and their IVs. And that's actually a perfect segue into my last evolution. It's the perfect IV Geodude that I just hatched a couple days ago. My 6th perfect IV Pokemon. Hopefully I can get a decent moveset that's going to be either Rock Throw, Stone Edge, or Mud Slap, Earthquake. Again, 2 moves of the same type. Now I already have a Golem with Rock Throw, Stone Edge that I've powered up, so it would kind of be a shame if I ended up with the same moveset on this one, although this one doesn't have perfect IV, so I'd probably have to switch my focus, but that's a lot more Stardust to use and invest, so let's see what happens. Rock Throw, Earthquake, which is unfortunate, but sometimes I think it's better to have two moves of different types on a defensive Pokemon, a Pokemon that you're going to leave in gyms, because that kind of switches things up for the attacker. You don't get to choose the Pokemon that you're battling against as a defender, but if you do have two moves of different types, there's a better chance of one of those moves being super effective against the Pokemon that's attacking you. And with perfect IVs, those Pokemon are going to make better defenders because they'll have higher CP when you power them up. Last question, just for fun. What's the best boba tea flavor? It's Wintermelon. Hands down, Wintermelon is the only thing I ever get when we go get boba. Try it out if you never have. Also, I just found out that what Wintermelon actually looks like. I used to call them long apples, but that's a Wintermelon. So there it is, that's another Q&A. I hope you guys learned something. And again, thank you so much to everyone who has donated to the GoFundMe campaign. I really, really can't wait to go on this trip and share the adventure with you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.